Resha Sentai ToQger stars 5 amnesiac young adults using the power of the Rainbow Line and imagination to free the Shadow Towns under the Shadow Line's control. The Shadow Line are making Shadow Towns by abusing the negative emotions of humanity, so it's up to the ToQgers to use the glowing light of childlike imagination and creativity to stop them, which translates into all sorts of wacky gags. Out of all the Super Sentai series, ToQger is the one that can clearly say that from moment one ignores self-aware cynicism, instead relishing in its colorful yet simplistic but ultimately endearing train aesthetic with an infectious childlike wonder. Yet to me, there's always been a certain melancholy to ToQger's vibe. For all the talk about imagination and all the funny visuals, the main cast is far from the town they call home and are often desperate to go back in dramatic moments. They only have each other to rely on, both in battle and emotionally, which I think makes for one of the more tighter-knit Sentai friend groups. But enough about the heroes, let's talk about the villains of ToQger, the Shadow Line. These guys, compared to our heroes, are designed with so much fancy detail to their suits, along with having more interpersonal conflict among each other. The head honcho of the Shadow Line, Zed, doesn't even like the darkness he's been tasked with spreading, wanting to be completely engulfed in the light to an almost obsessive degree. To me, Zet represents an adult who doesn't want to take responsibility for the current reality he's in. Instead of understanding the light, he indulges in the surface level appreciation for it, never understanding it other than, it's cool and I want it. Zet's fate at the end of the show is left quite ambiguous, but there's a line from one of his subordinates during his final moments of the show that's pretty powerful and indicative of his character. Light can't exist without darkness, and darkness can't exist without light. I think that's a perfect segue to talk about my personal favorite character from ToQger, Akira, aka Zalam, the 6th Ranger to the team and the first in Sentai history to be orange. Akira was a former Shadow Line member, but defected to the Rainbow Line where he's been working to atone for his sins ever since. He has a catchphrase every time he enters into a battle being, "This is where I die," since he believes with his past as a Shadow that he's doomed any minute now. Though, despite his self-doubt, he is still here on the Rainbow Line, meaning he must have understood something deeper about the light and imagination to be here that Zed didn't. That's where that line of Sid's final moments about light and darkness comes in. Zed wants to fully escape from the darkness, to completely engulf himself in light. But Akira balanced the two forces. There's still a tragic darkness in Akira's heart, but he won't let that define him like Zed. Despite all the darkness, he'll keep working for a better tomorrow alongside the Rainbow Line crew. ToQger is not saying to bottle up all your negativity, as seen with the penultimate Shadow Tokyo Ichigo arc that shows the downsides of doing so. It's more so asking you to channel your feelings, good or bad, into an imaginative yet productive force. Overall, I really dig ToQger. It's one of the rare Sentai shows I've seen that I can say feels like it has a consistent creative vision throughout its run, with all the foreshadowing and planning there is to the big twist about the 5 ToQgers and its subsequent themes it brings up. Not saying other Sentais are lesser for having such shifts in direction, but that consistency, along with the fact that the ToQgers are in-universe always traveling to new locations, brings a different but welcome vibe to the show that helps it stand out from its contemporaries, along with its emotional themes. Definitely high on my list of Sentai series to check out for anybody who hasn't seen it yet.